Hey, so as promised, I've expanded a little bit on our last video and a little bit on our data file, and you'll see now at the bottom I have thrown in a few questions or little instructions to see have we understood the idea or concept of formatting. Okay. I know that again this is just a tutorial, so let's just see where will we go to apply certain things. And there are 4 little instructions, and you guys will get to the point that this will be so simple that we won't have to spend a lot of time on this. These are quick 4 marks, 5 marks in your paper, and I know for now it seems crazy that I don't know how to do it. Where am I going to do it? I promise you, if you follow my step-by-step little list and follow what I do in these tutorials, you guys will be perfectly fine. Alright, so let's tackle this and let's do some changes. Now the first thing that I want to bring to your attention over here is the first one. Okay, and the first question says that we need to apply conditional formatting to show all cat lovers in pink with any pattern. Now, let me explain to you the understanding of what conditional formatting means. Let's break it into 2 words. Condition means have certain things been met. There has to be certain conditions in place. Okay, so like when you play sport, you can't play cricket in the rain because then it's not conducive to the playing conditions. So we need to find out what certain things need to be there, or certain things that we're going to apply. And formatting is the process where we change the appearance of a specific cell or a specific table. So the first step there, I said apply conditional formatting. So we need to apply a rule. Now guys, we can go, okay, find the word cat, okay, make it pink, make it a pattern, and go. That's fine. I mean, you can go at the top and go, okay, full, there's a little bit of a pink color, cat, okay, again, fill it with pink, pattern, now where do I go to? A little bit of a problem. That's going to take forever, okay? The whole idea of using Excel does a lot of work for you. You just need to know where to go and what to whisper in its ear. In other words, what are you going to tell it to do? Okay, and as you can see on the home tab, there's a beautiful little thing that's popping up to me over there, and it's conditional formatting, and it is brilliant. I'm going to teach you the basics, and then later on we're going to the very, very fancy things. So first thing is we need to apply conditional formatting. Now we can go and be very naive about this and just select those 2 cells, okay, and work in it. It's not going to work. Well, it will work, but we don't want to work like that. We want to work in this entire little table that I've drawn up for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to select it, okay? Because I might tell you, and you're going to see in the type of rule that we set up, do we want to find a part of a word? Do we want to find a whole word? Do we want to put our own word in? And I know I'm actually just rambling on now, so let's look what conditional formatting is. So I select my little table. I click on conditional formatting, and yes, data bars come up and color scales and top and bottom, and these top and bottom things you'll see like generally in like test results. This person has moved 10 places up. I know you guys love to see it in your gaming, especially your PUBG and your Fortnite. You see how many places you've moved up. Or what we've recently done is the Kahoot, where we see, for instance, a particular person has moved up. Okay, so Talia was maybe in 9th place, but we only see the top 5, and after 2 rounds, Talia has moved up into 3rd place. And it will say Talia is on a streak and has won 3 questions consecutively. And that is where those top and bottom things come in. But we are not worried about the fancy things yet. We just want the basics. So again, let's look at the question or the instruction. Apply conditional formatting to show all cat lovers in pink with any pattern. So what we're going to go down, we're going to scroll down to where it says new rule, and we get this little dialog box, and it is so nice because it actually tells me exactly how do you want to set up your rule. I just want to see a rule that looks for a specific word and has to change it. But what's nice about this rule is it actually gives you a couple of options. It says, do you want to set up a rule type, say format all cells based on their values? Well, we're not working with a value, we're working with words, letters, text. It says, so we're not going to use that one. Okay, it says now, format only cells that contain. Okay, that can work, because it didn't say contain what. Is it text? Numbers what? Format only top or bottom rank values. Again, it's not a rank, it's an animal. Okay. Format only values that are above or below an average. Again, we're not working with average yet. Format only unique or duplicate values. Well, that could work, but let's not go there yet. And then use a formula to determine which cells to format. I don't like to use that one. So the one that stands out most to me is this one. Format cells only, or format only cells that contain. And I like that. And if I look down at the bottom over here, it says edit the rule description. Okay, so I know I'm looking for cat. I know it has to be in pink, and there must be a pattern to it. Okay, so let's read. Format only cells with. Again, cat is not a cell value, so if I drop down there, okay, specific text, dates occurring, blank cells, no blanks, errors, no errors. It has to be a specific text because I'm looking for the word cat. Now what's nice about it, when it looks for a specific text, it will either say containing, not containing, beginning with or ending with. So say for argument's sake, I said I want to look for the word cat, but it can also be in multiple words like category. Then I can say, right, it contains the letters CAT, or it begins with CAT for category. So we just want to look for containing cat, so we can leave it on that, and we're simply looking for the word cat. Alright, so the rule says I'm going to look for a specific text, okay, and that is cat. But I want it to be in pink with a pattern. So if I click on the format section, okay, another little dialog box comes up. So I don't want the font color to change. I want to let it appear in pink. So I want it to stand out. So it must be full. So we fill it with a pink color. And over here, I didn't specify a pattern color, but there's a pattern style. I said you can choose whichever pattern. It's little dots, little checker blocks, horizontal, whatever. I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. And I'm just going to choose any little random one. Okay. And if I go OK, there's my preview. So that is in essence what the cell is going to look like that has the specific word cat in it. And if I click OK, boom. There are my two changes. Let me zoom in for you. There are my two changes. Right. So, we've done that one. We've done it. Okay. We have done it. So, number 2 says, arrange the class list in numerical order in ascending order. Now, obviously, I played around with my one. If you had saved yours, you would realize, but mine's not from biggest to smallest. I played around with mine earlier. So let's change changes. So what we're going to do is we need to change the class list in numerical order. There is only one column that has numerical values in it, and that is the grade. Right. So what I do is I don't select the whole column, because as soon as I select the whole column and I go to sort and filter, okay, it's going to change things over here down in these cells all the way to the bottom of the spreadsheet. That might affect us later when we put other values in there. So we actually just want to limit our editing. In other words, where we filter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select cell C3 all the way down to C7. Okay. and I want to apply a filter there from in the ascending order, which is from smallest to biggest. And what's nice about Excel is if I change that cell or that column, it will take the information that is horizontally linked with it, okay, and it will move it with the number, okay, or in the correct order. So in essence, let's look now. I want you to focus on Leon Franks, that is in grade 8, that loves rats and enjoys Burger King. I just want you to focus on that kid, okay. If I change it to ascending order, that whole record must move like that to the top, okay. So in essence, what I want to show you is the numbers mustn't just change. Everything that is linked to that number must also go in the correct order. So I select the grade. I don't include the word grade because it's not a number. I include only the values. And on the home tab, I go to the sort and filter section because it's on the editing group. I drop down and I say sort smallest to largest. Well, ascending is small to large, descending is from big to small. I sort to small to largest, so I'm hoping Leon Frank, grade 8, Rats, Burger King is going to move right to the top. If I click there, it's going to ask me this message. Microsoft Excel found data next to your selection. Since you have not selected the data, it will not be sorted. That's just basically telling me that there is a cell that is quite big, and if I move it, that big cell, it's going to go into a small cell. Do I want to expand it? Yes. So if I expand it, just take a look. So in other words, this one must go over here, and that is not the same size as that. So it's just asking, can it expand it for me? And I'm happy with that, so I'll say okay. And look at that. Leon Frank's grade 8 Rats Burger King has now gone to the top. Okay. So I am happy with that. We are done. Right. The third instruction. Harry decided he loved KFC more. Make this change. That's terrible. Make this change and apply conditional formatting to KFC for KFC. Phew. Sorry guys. For KFC to be font red and bold. Okay, so Harry over here, he's decided he doesn't like mommy's food anymore. So if I delete that out and I just go put in KFC, what's nice about Excel is it's going to realize we've got too much space. So the cells can actually shrink. And if I click away, look how it compresses it for me. So it brings it down nicely for me. Okay, so Harry is now a KFC lover, and we need to apply conditional formatting to the food column that the KFC guys are in a red font and it becomes bold. So how do I do this? I select that of the people that have chosen food, Burger King, Curry, KFC, any food KFC. Conditional formatting, new rule. Again, we work with format only cells that contain specific text containing KFC, and over here the format must be, the font must be red. I choose red, I go OK, tells me there, okay, it's going to be red, and boom, KFC is now in red. But I misread my instruction, and a lot of you guys, and I've actually done that on purpose because I know some of you are going to ask me, but sir, what happens now if I've applied a rule and I've left something out? What do I do now? I've got an answer and I've got a solution for you. We've applied conditional formatting, we've applied a rule, correct? So what we need to do is we go back into the conditional formatting tab, and there's a section over there that says manage rule. So if I click on manage rule, okay, I drop down to this worksheet. So show formatting rules, not to this current section because I don't know where I've clicked right now. I've clicked somewhere on the spreadsheet. So I drop that down to this worksheet, and there we can see I've applied rules. Okay, so we know that somewhere along the line we applied red font. Okay, we know this one, it can't be this one because we didn't do a pattern, so that one is correct. But there it tells me a rule applied KFC. It's red, but it had to be bold. All I do is I double click on it and it takes me back to my rule, back to where I was setting it up. I go back to the format. The red is correct, but I wanted it to be bold. And if I go OK, and I go apply, watch my KFC, over there, watch it. Apply, there it made it bold for me, and OK. Okay, so you can go back to your rules, you can go edit your rules. Okay, double click on it, just find that you are working in the correct one. Right, I'm happy with that one. And the last one that I want to go into, it just says rename this sheet to con format and make the tab any color. In other words, I don't want you to go file save as. That's not what I'm saying. I want to rename this sheet. And at the bottom, we can see the sheet is called sheet 1. I don't want that. So if I right click on it, it will give me an option there to rename. I delete it, I go con format. Okay, I click away, there's my sheet name, and I go tab color, and you guys can choose any color that you want. In the exam it might give you a specific color, but I'm just going to say yellow always stands up nicely, make it yellow, and that's that. Now, you don't see the change over there because the tab is open, but if I create a new tab, sheet 2, and I just press a little arrow, you'll see it is in yellow. Alright, let me just show you that again. We've applied the color because there I can see the yellow's got a little red box around it, so that means you have chosen that color. I won't see it now, but as soon as I put a second sheet in, that color goes yellow. And that's how you'll get your mark. Alright, delete that sheet, I don't need it. And that is your basic introduction to a little bit of formatting. Alright, so what I'm going to do in the next video, I'm going to create a new spreadsheet. Alright, I'll set it up with new numbers and everything, and we're actually going to start playing around with some figures, some rules in terms of formula and how to apply calculations. Okay, this was the text part of it. I'm going to take you to creating another sheet with numbers and calculations. I'm going to take you through a couple. I've just written a couple down here: min, max, average, count, large, small, round, now, today, and if. Some of them aren't in the grade 10 syllabus, but they're quite important to know. Especially when you get to your guys' PATs, you can always add in a formula that is outside of your syllabus. So that's what you're going to be doing in the next video. I'll set it up for you guys, and I'll explain it in detail. I really hope that this helped and that you guys aren't feeling too stressed about Excel. Alright, thanks guys, cheers.